Dear students, this is Mahesh Javalkar from Maratha Polytechnic, and today I'll be posting my next video on analog electronic circuits, in which I'll be explaining Class AB power amplifier. So the topic will be Class AB power amplifier. Okay. So in this, we are going to see what is Class AB power amplifier, crossover distortion in Class B amplifier, working of Class AB amplifier, different ways of biasing Class AB amplifier, advantages, disadvantages, and applications of Class AB amplifier. Okay. Now here, Class AB power amplifier, the general definition for that goes as when the collector current flows for more than the positive half cycle and less than the full cycle of the input signal. That means if you show it through a waveform, you can show it like this. If your input signal was like this is a complete input signal, then the output signal, which will be in a amplified version, it will take the complete half cycle, positive half cycle, and it will take a part of the next cycle, part of the next cycle. Okay, that means this is going to clip. This part will be clipped. So it is going to take part of the next cycle. Okay. So this is what your class B operation. This will be the output of your class AB operation. Sorry, class AB operation. So this is the input and this is the output for class AB. Now this output we are adjusting the Q point and getting this output because we want to eliminate one disadvantage of class B what we saw, and that was crossover distortion. Okay. So next we'll see what was that crossover distortion. Now in class B we saw that whenever each transistor was conducting, okay, so it used to amplify a half wave. This is amplified by the first transistor, and then before the second transistor gets on, before the second transistor gets on, before it could cover the emitter base knee voltage of 0.3 volt in germanium and 0.7 volt in silicon, okay, there is no current flowing in the collector till that voltage is reached, and therefore you get a gap between two half cycles. Again, when you come from this negative and you want to go to this positive, again there is a gap. This is all because it is not overcoming the knee voltage of the forward biasing or the first junction that is between emitter and base, and that is why there is a gap. Okay. Now this happens because in class B you're operating only if the input cycle is a full cycle like this. If this is the input cycle, then the output will be only from 0 to 180, 0 to 180. Okay, so exactly half, and after that both the transistor will not conduct for some time because for the next transistor you have to overcome the knee voltage, and that gap gives you crossover distortion. So this is nothing but your crossover distortion. Here you can see this is crossover distortion, this is crossover distortion. Okay, now this problem will be eliminated if the output goes little for the next half cycle. Little little output should come. So in the meantime the next transistor will get on, and this crossover distortion problem will be eliminated. So class B push pull amplifier crossover distortion problem can be eliminated by class AB power amplifier just by adjusting the operating point in which it is going to operate. So here you can see this is the graph of the output characteristics, and here you have shown the AC load line. Now this is the y-axis. This will be your collector current, and x-axis will be collector emitter voltage. Okay, and this will be your AC load line. This will be AC load line. Okay, and here you can see the operating point, you have kept it here just above the x-axis, not on the x-axis. For class B, it was on the x-axis, but for class AB, it is just above the x-axis. Okay, Now, because of this, what will happen is, if this is your input signal, this is your input signal, okay, that input signal, when you superimpose on this operating point, then you can see you will get a complete positive half cycle and a part of negative half cycle, which will be clipped after the x-axis. Okay, so this is what you are going to get in class AB operation. It will be more than 180 degree and it will be less than 360 degree. Okay, so that is what you're going to get in class AB operation. And this we are going to have because this part, when it comes, the second transistor in your push-pull application will get time to overcome its knee voltage, and there will be no crossover distortion problem as we have seen in class B push-pull amplifier. So here, if you see the diagram, circuit diagram for class AB amplifier, it will be same like your class B push-pull amplifier. Only thing you'll be having this diode D1 and diode D2 for biasing the transistors along with R and R. Here you are having the input, and here you can see the one half of the output is given by one transistor and the part of its next half cycle. And again, here you can have a part of the next half cycle and the second half of the waveform. Okay, so transistor 1 and transistor 2 will work in tandem. Okay, so here you can see that operating point of the working of transistor, you just kept it above the x-axis, so that if this is your input wave, if this is your input wave, then the output will have a complete half cycle positive and a part of the negative half cycle. Now this is important so that the other transistor can go into conduction without giving you the problem of crossover distortion. Okay, so here we can say in note, therefore in class AB amplifier design, each of the push-pull transistor is conducting for slightly more than half cycle of conduction in class B, but much less than the full cycle of conduction of class A. So it is between class A operation and class B operation. That means it is more than 180 degree and less than 360 degree, the flow of a collector current in the cycle. So the maximum operating efficiency of class AB amplifier is between 50% and 75%, but it will solve the problem of crossover distortion. So class AB amplifier can be biased in many ways. So in place of diodes, you can keep voltages here. Here you can see you can keep this bias voltage and this bias voltage, and even this can work as class AB amplifier. Similarly, that part can also be changed with the help of resistor biasing. So here you can have a resistor biasing, here you have shown, and here also you have shown a resistor biasing, so that the transistors are biased properly in a different way. After that, you can also have an adjustable amplifier biasing. Here you can see you can adjust the biasing with this pot. Okay, and that is how your both the hot transistors will be biased properly. Then you can have diodes, as we have seen in our earlier first circuit. You can use diodes also for biasing, proper biasing of the hot transistors. And then you can also have a driver stage. You can see here one more transistor is added here along with the diodes here. So it is also a driving stage for biasing the transistors NPN and PNP. So these all are various ways of biasing methods. Okay. Now, if you see the advantages of class AB amplifier, the class AB amplifier has a linear behavior. The design of this amplifier is very simple. The distortion of this amplifier is less than 0.1%, and the sound quality of this is very high. The sound quality is very high. Similarly, if you see the disadvantages, the power dissipation of this amplifier generates the heat and requires a large amount of heat sink. So heat sinks are required here, and this amplifier has low power efficiency, and the average efficiency is less than 50%. Okay, so as compared to class A, it is less. Okay, so if you see the applications of class AB amplifier, this class AB amplifiers are used in hi-fi system. With what means by hi-fi is high fidelity systems where the output is just same like the original. Okay, so the output is very much like the original, so it is having a high fidelity. So for high fidelity systems, you can use class AB types of power amplifiers. Okay, thank you, students.